A few days ago, Tapestry Holding agreed to acquire Capri Holding. And it might not tell you anything, but if you hear names Coach, Stuart Weitzman, Kate Spade, Versace, Jimmy Choo, and Michael Kors, it will entirely make sense. Welcome to my channel, and today we're going to speak about a dramatic yet creative and fascinating story of Kate Spade as a woman and as a brand. My name is Maria, and I admire fashion among other things. I admire it for its history, for its enrichment, and what it makes to us humans. It has a huge contribution that we may not notice, and here I tell meaningful stories about fashion and about the fashion world. Welcome. So, as I said, recently, Tapestry Holding, being Coach initially, which acquired Stuart Weitzman and Kate Spade back in the day, agreed on a $2.5 billion deal to acquire Capri Holding, which includes Versace, Jimmy Choo, and Michael Kors. But the story started long ago before it. It was 1962 when a magnificent woman was born, and her name is Kate Spade. She was born in Kansas City in Missouri. She went to college later to University of Kansas and then to University of Arizona, where she met her future husband and partner, Andy Spade. She meets this wonderful man, she falls in love, and later in 1986, they move to New York, to Manhattan. And that's where she starts her position at Mademoiselle magazine. She starts at accessories department, where she finds out a lot about fashion, a lot about downfalls and about trends, and she also finds out that actually there is no room for a middle market. Like, there's luxury and bags are of a very high quality that cost like thousands of dollars, and there is like some mass market trash that people still buy because they cannot afford anything else. And there is no affordable, stylish, good bag for upper middle class women, for energized business women that want to be stylish, but still they are limited on their budget. And that's how she comes up with an idea of Kate Spade iconic bag. It's been 6 years that she's been working in Mademoiselle magazine, and that's when she faces a challenge to herself, whether she wants to continue working at Kate Spade or whether she wants to go and build something for herself. And her husband supports her a lot. So eventually, Kate makes it to a very high position of fashion editor at Mademoiselle. And at this point, she decides to make 6 prototypes of just like scotch tape and paper, and then she produces it with the help of some manufacturer in East New York who agreed to help her to pursue her dream. And it goes well. People start noticing what she makes, and they think it's spectacular, because Kate's approach was to make a bag that doesn't cost a fortune, yet it can be fashionable, it can be bright and bold, and it can inherit the spirit of a young aspiring woman that wants to prove herself, to emphasize her place in this world. And she succeeds in it with her approach of not only using a bright fabrics, bright pattern and different material, but also putting her logo right on top of the bag. Not inside like most manufacturers would do, but right on top of it. So everyone knows it's Kate Spade. Obviously, any company needs financing, and back in the day, Kate doesn't have all of these investors interested in her brand. So her husband, or husband-to-be, Andy, not only suggests her to take Kate Spade as a name for a brand because it sounds better, it sounds more solid, it sounds more memorable, but also he withdrew $35,000 from his 401k plan to invest in Kate Spade Company. And that's how it starts. That's how things start rolling. And actually, interesting fact, Kate and Andy Spade had to leave in their friend's house because their whole apartment was filled with boxes, with bags and prototypes, so they just didn't have the space. It sounds ridiculous, but like, isn't it fun? Isn't it like a real story of building this true masterpiece that will win the market one day? I love it. Here's the time to tell you a little bit about why am I telling you this story. I got fortunate and I worked at Kate Spade and worked at another luxury brand, and I figured that there's so much that people don't know. There's no video about Kate Spade on YouTube yet. Like, there is a lot of things about her being already famous, but there is almost zero videos on her history, biography, like how she came up with these amazing bags, her brand, how she established it. And I thought it's my mission to get to tell you this, because I didn't only contribute to this brand myself and got to feel the whole DNA of it, but I also very much correlate and appreciate the whole Kate Spade idea. I think it's just simply spectacular. But moving forward, obviously Kate Spade got noticed by a few notable copywriters and journalists. So eventually, after an early show at the Javits Center, she gets featured in Barney's, and that's how she gets first order for a few bags, and they get sold at about like 150 to 450 each. And I think that is a very important aspect about Kate Spade bags, because they still are priced at about same range. They got a little bit more expensive, but we live like 20-30 years after it was established, so like inflation comes to the place. And I think it's a very important note to take, because bags that are still affordable to mass. So as Kate Spade becomes popular, Farron Malice, director of the Council of Fashion Designers of America, says during the 90s that everybody had a Kate Spade bag. You could afford them and happily buy more than one. And I think that is what Kate Spade constitutes. You don't have to save for months to get this one bag. You can actually go and get one or two. Yes, it's not that cheap, but still, you don't have to feel like you sacrifice your whole wealth, and you still get a very high quality bag with a really nice pattern. And that's what I love about it. Going to the next chapter of Kate Spade, bag had a sophisticated look. And by the way, I'm gonna mention later in the video one of the most popular models that have been sold among the years, so you get a sense of what it looks like better. One woman recalled that Kate Spade bags look mature without being too adult for a teenager. So it was like this middle ground that was not occupied. And back 30 years ago, there's been like Burberry and Louis Vuitton, like this hardcore luxury. So Kate Spade made a whole revolution by introducing her funky, funny, but also bright and very well-established bags. So eventually, even Vogue chief editor Anna Wintour said that it was impossible to walk a block in the city without seeing one bag of Kate Spade. I think it speaks for itself. In 1996, Kate Spade opened their first boutique in Soho, and later that was followed by opening their headquarters at West 25th Street. So that was a big breakthrough for a company. And later, in 1998, sales really began to expand and came to already solid 27 million. Imagine 10 years of development, they come to this. Amazing. Even less than 10 years actually. 1999 was a huge success to Kate Spade because they sold 56% of their shares to Neiman Marcus Group for $34 million. And that was followed in 2006 when Neiman Marcus Group bought the rest of the shares, for which was 44%, for astonishing $59.4 million. So the brand was clearly growing. As you can see, the last amount of shares was sold for the quite bigger price tag. There is a final kind of chapter in this recent story of Kate Spade, which I started with. In 2017, Coach, becoming already Tapestry Holding, bought Kate Spade for $2.4 billion. So since then, Kate Spade is a part of Tapestry brands, which are now joined by Versace, Jimmy Choo, and Michael Kors. I love that. So it's now a quite big house of brands, but it's all about Kate Spade today. Kate Spade is doing well. Now they have approximately 50 outlets along with the mainline shops. So they kind of align themselves with this premium market, which is very spectacular to this brand specifically because it has not quite a long history yet, but they are doing extremely well. So they can be aligned with, I don't know, Marc Jacobs, probably, Tom Hilfiger, even Ralph Lauren, I can tell, although they have very different philosophies. Now a little to the sadder part. Kate Spade has been a wonderful woman. She opened Kate Valentine following the Kate Spade brand and was like a separate brand, not doing as well as Kate Spade though, but still a significant one in her career. And unfortunately, in 2018, Kate Spade passed away. That was a suicide case, and after that, Tapestry Corporation, along with Kate Spade, became really concerned with mental health, and that became their driving force, their mission to help women, specifically fight their mental health demons, because it was confirmed by commission after Kate Spade's death that she was fighting anxiety and her bipolar demons for a while. Sad ending of her story, although brand ever since donates money to organizations like Crisis Tax Line and other mental health awareness organizations. Following death of Kate Spade, they donated $1 million, and then consistently they donate quite hundreds of dollars of their revenue to these organizations, and that is one of their driving campaigns right now. Now to iconic Kate Spade bags. There's a wonderful sandbag that's been made in different sizes and was a little bit modified with time, but it became quite a highlight of Kate Spade brand itself. Also, Kate Spade did a few funky satchels and like just small bags for celebratory occasions, and I think that is what made Kate Spade such a famous brand, because those nice bags in the form of a shell, a dog, a rose is what made Kate Spade really famous and really made it stand out in front of the other brands similar to it. And overall, to summarize all that, Kate Spade was a wonderful woman, a visionary, a creative, someone who decided to challenge this existing market order, and she succeeded in it. She was a powerful woman who unfortunately passed early, but her heritage lives, her brand thrives. By the way, this bag is also Kate Spade, and I also have an amazing book by Kate Spade, and it's the other line that Kate Spade promotes. They make wonderful books about women and their power and how they inspire the brand, so I suggest you check them out. As well as Kate Spade has some other lines like Kate Spade Home and Jack Spade for like menswear and men's accessories. Unfortunately, they didn't live long, but it's also part of the history of the brand, which is very rich. Now, Kate Spade primarily works towards the mental awareness and diversity politics. Also, they made a contract with Pantone, so this wonderful green color is now a signature Kate Spade color, which is, I think, pretty wonderful. And just Kate Spade continues to be inspired by environment and women around and create this amazing collections, sometimes funky, funny, but always bright, and they always stand out. And the Kate Spade logo is still on the display, so you can always identify the bag. And I can tell you, you can walk in New York past any block and you would definitely see women wearing a Kate Spade bag. Thank you for listening for this video, for watching it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment, tell me what is your favorite Kate Spade product or bag, or what would you want to maybe acquire from this brand. Give me your feedback, and also put a notification sign so you don't miss my next video. Thank you for being here, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you soon.